Hello everybody and welcome to our third game of King of the Hill, episode 6, season 3. Currently our reigning king. This is his third game on the throne with our new doubled prize pool. Playing as the Soviets, it is Von Asten.
And in the south of Novigrad, we have one of the few Russian legends in the 1v1 scene, Yov, as Von Asten would call him. Back blazing, unfortunately not with Oster as we had hoped, with OKW. Unfortunately for us fans, more OKW games, but Jove is super duper strong player. He's always been at the top tier when it came to 1v1. And the last chance I actually got to cast him was with Dusty in Operation Charlie Foxtrot versus Barton. So it's been almost 4 years. So I'm excited to say the least.
Yeah, Jove was such an incredible player back in the day, and around the time of that tournament. I think back with his OKW, I think he pioneered a strategy in Scavenge Doctrine, which relied on double Raket and double Ostwind, which at the time was just the most crazy thing for OKW to have. Like, they were able to take on infantry and tanks at range, stealthed. Do you know what I mean? It was fantastic. So the good thing to note about Jove, he's not just a great player, he's creative. He's like Loveness, you know, he sets build orders through his play styles. He's a really good player.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the stats to prove it. He's always performed well. He's always in the top 10 with pretty much anything he plays. I've never seen him out of the top 10 when he's actually active in the game. So he's back and ready to tear shit up.
Absolutely. But let's pay a little attention to the game so far. Von Asten locking in with armored assault tactics. That gives him access to radio intercept, so he knows what Jove is building in the early game. And of course, Von Asten going to be bringing out that lethal scout car. Surely going to be upgraded with engineers, flamethrowers, the works.
Another 20 munitions or so. But yeah, you know what's fun when you throw these players onto a brand new map? The way they maneuver. Like, you can notice the awkward engagements they start taking. They backpedal. Like, same thing you could see here with Jove's Stern Pioneers right before this M3 came up. He's been running around, but look at this. He's got a retreat here. Sees it. Here's it coming through the fog. Not much he can do versus that.
Absolutely not, no. But I think Scout Car doesn't see the point in pursuing. Not a likely squad wipe. And actually dealing... I think 3 models went down there from the Scout Car coaxial MG. So actually a very good pickup. And we don't know how many times the players have played on this map, because King of the Hill, of course, we support kind of playing top level games on community maps to see how everything goes, you know, to see if maybe there are some maps in the community that are fitting for the 1v1 arena, the competitive arena. And it's really interesting when we see high level games, what the players make of this.
Jove just taking the whole right side of the map through that M3 engagement. Von Asten just now counter-harassing with this second set of combat engineers. Jove did not go for Raketten, as I would have thought. No, three Volk, 1 rack opening. And he's actually getting his S3 range. Standard opening.
Likely mechanized here, I think.
Yeah. When in doubt, go mechanized.
Yeah. I was actually looking at the kind of sight lines you get on the infantry here, and there's not as many line of sight blockers as I was expecting for all of these trees. I kind of thought, wow, this is going to be you know, close to an industrial style map where there's you know, loads of tight engagements, but actually not so much. I think actually the mechanized will do very, very well here, and has done in previous games. Don't want to miss out as well. It was a really nice movement by Jove there, bringing in the 2 Volksgrenadiers and then flanking the retreat path with the Stern Pioneers. That's the kind of danger you want to look out for with Jove. Really good positioning. Oh, look at this. Oh no, I think he's going to get found out planting this mine just before...
So close. Yeah. He does get it down. Unfortunately, going to be a waste of 30 munitions. if Von Asten's paying attention. Oh, and he eats the Flamer Burst as he gets into the house. That is a dead Sturm Pioneer squad. Good pick up for Von Asten. Oh, he ate the mine anyway. Okay. He was so focused on wiping the squad to be fair. But huge pickup, as Soviets are very strong against OKW early game for that exact reason, as we just saw.
Jove is going to scramble over to the right-hand side to protect his fuel. That, of course, means Von Asten can pursue capping down the center of the map. Could be a wipe there on the Penal Battalion. I think he's lucky to get away there. Volksgrenadiers, of course, completely out-muscling the Engineer squad. Jove has a decision now. Does he continue capping, or does he deal with the Penal Battalions? I think you really need a
situation to be in here.
Yeah, I think you really need that first vehicle out, you know, to push back. The Volksgrenadiers alone don't seem to have a great time against the Penal Battalions, especially in these engagements, these long-range engagements like this.
Yeah, that exact placement of the engagement is also difficult for the OKW player there. There's Penals on his retreat path, engaging him from the right side, so...
Oh no, the scout car is going to find a squad in the north that's... it's going to be a long retreat back to base. Oh, but he gets the Faust.
Up, so, yeah.
That's nice. And actually, I wonder if there was a little bit of a bait strategy there, actually, you know, keeping the scout car all the way on that side of the map whilst getting the decap. I think he was confident that he would be able to get away with that. Von Asten didn't have anything there to kill models on the retreat.
I'm just looking at the top map, and this map just looks so weird. Like the actual shape of the territories, but it's actually a very good looking map, so shout out to whoever made this. I don't know. But Panzer II coming out for Jove. Gonna have a lot of work to do. Let's see if... Oh, perfect timing. PTRS just upgraded for one of Von Asten's Penals. He's gonna have some sort of stopgap before he gets to the T7.
It's interesting because obviously with the PTRS upgrade, that squad loses a little bit of anti-infantry firepower, and I think it kind of means that Jove may be able to take parts of the map back a little easier, as long as the Lukes just keeps avoiding the PTRS. Are there any mines going down? We see mines, right side VP, tier 3 going up in the base.
Healthy amount of fuel for Von Asten. He'll be able to get the T70 practically just a moment after the tier 3's gone down. Panzer II chasing down this Penal with 3 models left with literally no HP. I mean, this M3 might be able to block it. That's what he's going for. Nice play by Von Asten, stopping that chase down. He's gonna trade his M3 for it, but pretty good. And he's bluffing here with this Penal. You know, getting closer and closer to the Panzer II, you know, making Jove think that the PTRS is going to upgrade at any moment and he can throw a satchel at him. Making Jove respect that and backpedal away.
I really like that because Jove, I think having already spotted that the PTRS had gone up on another squad, maybe could have predicted that, you know, resources aren't being spent like this. You know, it'd be maybe a negative to have 2 PTRS squads upgraded. And he played that game, though. Yeah. So we just seen mine sweeping. They spot the mine on the right side VP, taken down by the Panzer II Lukes, and Jove decaps the fuel on Von Asten's side. Of course, that T70 is about to hit the field anyway, so not much has been negated.
Yeah, you could sense the squad's coming back, so he just got out of there before he had to retreat, I guess. Dino's trying to follow up to that munitions point. The squad is pretty low, even being 5-man, so he's going to have to pull back. T70 revealing itself in the middle of VP.
Oh, I really like how Jove has been handling his first performance on this map. As far as I know, this may even be like the first time he's played it, but he's playing it like an absolute seasoned professional. Such a great focus on the retreat paths. Seems to be making all the right moves, good teching, and now going for that Puma as you just mentioned to help deal with the T-70. You'll have a great army on the field.
Oh, look how low this Volk is. Pixel at. Oh. So close on losing that.
Actually, yeah, I think the MG34 there was absolutely key in that model not dying, because as one squad retreated, it kind of automatically suppressed the engineers with the flamethrower, maybe even saving that squad.
Good old AoE suppression. Coming in clutch to save that Volk Grenadier. Puma's out, looking to counter the T-70 as we've seen many times before. Oh, getting stuck on some trees and terrain over here. Trying to find its way.
Typical T-70. I think this is one of the first games where we've seen Von Asten stretched for a period of time longer than 2 minutes. And still going. And look at this Jove. He's identified the strategic decaps that neutralize resources on the left. So he's playing the aggressive resource game.
Yeah. And as we could have guessed, spec out by Jove for good old Command Panther Infiltration Name Commander. That's what we should call it.
I was really hoping for a classic scavenge doctrine, blast from the past.
Oh yeah, Jove was the king of that. Good old Ostwin and Jaeger spam.
Jove's a little bit too desperate to decap that fuel on the left. I don't think he really had the support there. Puma is waiting perhaps for the T-70 to chase, but now there's 2 T-70s. I don't think that's a bad idea really from Von Asten, because catching the Puma in the right place, I think they'll easily be able to deal with it.
And Von Asten playing really cautiously with his T-7. He's just hugging it with the PTRS squad. Now he's kind of moving away. Took a couple shots on that T-70, running back to base where his engineers are retreating to. Get some much needed repairs. Original T-70 taking some engagements here. This house is pretty low. I think the Puma shot will kill it.
Oh! Ooh, the Spire went down. The Spire went down. I've never seen that before.
That was cool. That would have been
nice lateral charge on the MG34 there. I think he might catch it. 3 models. Very lucky that the actual MG managed to escape that. A nice bit of defensive play there with the Stern Pioneers. They allow the Volksgrenadiers to come up as well with support from the Panzer II Lukes from the east. And Jove once again flanking to the left to try and decap Von Asten's fuel. It is a resource game here, and Jove is playing it very well.
T-70 is engaging from max distance, trying to keep its arm length away from the Puma. While it harasses these Volksgrens.
Von Asten did just back tech to tier 2. Just to let you know, so potential for AT guns to come out and help the T-70s. I think that's a sensible choice right now, as Jove is about to take double fuel. Still quite an even game in terms of the kill-death ratio. T-70 is trying to get that. Yeah, don't blame him either.
Have there been any wipes besides that Stern Pioneer and M3?
I don't think so, actually. Don't think so.
Puma a little hurt here, re-engaging. And try to protect this MG34. Getting volleyed down by double T70. Let's get that out of here.
It looked like he was trying to get the SWS actually up towards the center. I'm not sure if Jove has a strategy there. In fact, he's taking it back to the base. He's going to build the battle group at headquarters. So that he no longer has to be dropping those supply crates.
Huge munition sink to spam those. There we go. Look at this top right fuel engagement. He might be going for the infiltration nades. Is Von Assen paying attention? He is. It's always sketchy watching that develop. I don't know if that mine is on a tree path. No, it's not. Can't help but think.
It's a strange mine, though.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that mine is. I guess if you're on the right side of the VP, capping from the VP, maybe they run that way.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just might be the factor of him being new to the map and misjudging the retreat path. He's probably going for some kind of retreat mine. But oh, he's going for the regular satchel.
Yeah,
is he gonna catch it?
Really.
Nope. He's gonna eat it.
Hey, it's just as good. It's just as good as a sticky satchel.
This is true. Look at that. He tried to follow up with this freshly built Zis gun, but fortunately for Jove, there was a Volks Grenadier in the cutoff path.
Oh, this is just easy pickings for the Puma.
Yeah, this is going to be a massacre. And he's engine damaged one of them. Needs to be careful as this gun's setting up. This shrub is kind of messing it up. Does connect its first shot. He's got to rely on attack ground here. Standing still. Could. Oh, misses the attack ground. Going for the kill. Picks it up, but he might lose the Puma in return. It's going to be a close one. Oh,
it was so close.
He missed so two gunshots. Yeah, that was super crucial.
Wow.
Picks up
hey, that was a great engagement, like from both players, right? I mean,
yeah.
A lot of manual targeting had to be done there, and neither player really messed up. I think the final kill on the Puma just came down to RNG. So unfortunate.
Yep. RNG decides something. That's how it will go. And unfortunately for Von Assen, this gun did not land either of those attack rounds, which resulted in both his T-70s dying. So, oh, he's actually building a Maxim. I was about to say he's probably going to be going for some kind of IS-2 save, but it is going to be a little while in the fuel department until he can purchase that.
I think, you know, we said at the start of this game, Mechanized Regiment is going to perform really well here. Got another satchel charge, by the way, in the center from Von Assen, really trying his luck with his munitions expenditure. And actually, you know, on the Mechanized Regiment front, the Panzer II Lux has been so good here. It is on the left, it's on the right. It's, you know, the defense with the Puma in the center just means the T-70s can't swarm it at any point. It's a really beautiful strategy, really. And the T-70s just aren't king here. They're just not.
Yeah, the Panzer II is a great support unit. It's not just all about the anti-infantry control that the T-70 provides. It's just really good at what it does.
You can really see Von Assen's statistics dropping there in the last 5 minutes. Not going well for the reigning king. Somehow Von Assen is managing to secure the VPs way more often than Jove, so Von Assen is leaving himself with the time he needs to get back into this game. Don't forget, of course, he has gone for armored assault tactics, which leaves him with the T-3485 and the IS-2. So there's a lot of legs still left in this game.
Yeah, it's ultimately going to boil down to the Clash of the Titans, IS-2, Spec Ops, Command Panther. Whoever can you know, have the most impact with it is gonna win ultimately, as we see with most Armored Assault Spec Ops matchups. Radio silence coming in from Jove while he makes his push on the support groups. Yeah.
I like this a lot. Actually, I'm just gonna, if anyone is see right now and look on the tactical map on the bottom left, you can see the difference between radio tactics being on and off. And you can see why it's so confusing for Von Asten. He on the mini-map cannot see now the flanks that are coming in all over the place. And it's such an underused ability, but I love to see players using this because it just creates such confusion.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. You just gotta actually manually scroll to your units when they get into an engagement to see what the hell is going on. No attack map, no mini map. For a very long period of time, it's like a minute long or something.
Did he use it at the same time he brought out the Command Panther? Because that would negate the radio intercept from Armored Assault. So I actually think he's taken that to a really deep level. And he's potentially masked the fact... Yeah, I think he's masked the fact that he brought that Command Panther onto the field. Which is intelligent play.
He has revealed it, so... I mean, we all... Von Asten knew what was coming with those infiltration nades. It's just a matter of the timing. Which is important, to be fair. But Von Asten is just a minute away from the IS-2. And we'll see that huge clash. But I think Von Asten will have the leg up since he has a Zis gun, and Jove does not have any hard AT. He's just got the Puma, which is still something, but unless you get really lucky, it's going to be pinging a lot. The main utilization is going to be the turret lock through aim shot. That is huge, so hopefully you can utilize that well.
It's one of those. I mean, Jove has way more kind of in his arsenal in terms of abilities to use. The IS-2, I think it will suffer for that. It needs to be supported so well. The other thing as well is that Jove has thrived on this map by his ability to react to things quickly. And the IS-2 is not the unit that's going to counter that.
That's right.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Here we go, radio intercept is on again, and you can see there on the minimap no sightings of any units, but flip over to Jove, you can see he's about to bring up a force through the center whilst doing some pretty spread out capping. And the one thing I want to point out, Jove has been on top of the minesweeping game here. I don't really think he's been caught out once.
IS-2 trying to clean up on this left side. Misses the shot here. Not quite having the dish up. There we go. There it is. Nice hit. Man, this radio silence is terrifying for attack map players. Holy crap.
Yeah,
I remember Sturm Tiger Giap using it versus Jezelin and just wiping like half of his army. Jezelin didn't know what to do. IS-2 is super terrifying. If it doesn't miss completely, it's gonna wipe a squad. It's like one or the other with this shot. So, ooh, nice rear armor connection there. Mark Target comes out as well. Von Asten's got to pull back or he's gonna take lots of damage here. Is this gun setting up to defend? There we go.
That's smart play, because actually utilization of Mark Target constantly is just going to keep the IS-2 off the field and at least allow for the VP to be capped.
Yeah, and it's going to keep Von Asten's Sturm Pioneers, his combat engineers preoccupied. He's got to keep those alive because of that extra repair speed through veterancy. So he doesn't blow all his munitions on self-repair, because he's going to have to get the IL-2 strafe at some point. It's really going to be his ticket to making a huge impact in one of his pushes. There you go, IS-2 back up, looking for blood. Go, huge miss, as expected. Half the time from that take. Man Panther, on the other hand, just like a Sniper.
Hunter 2 there needs to be careful of the PTRS shots. What's the Volk's going to do for support? Really nothing to chase it. Nice mine. That shoe mine from earlier goes off, suppressing the squad, forcing the retreat. Von Asten is on top of those engagements on the right and mid. Von Asten's been playing really well today. I'd say he's actually really in a bad position right now, but still holding it, and that has to be respected, really.
Yeah. No words, really. It's just how each player executes their heavies here. Almost picks up that MG34 there. Walking Stuka coming from Jove. Love to see that. Gotta have something to deal with this gun. And Mac.
Walking Stuka is going to be horrendous. I'm interested to see what Von Asten might pick as his next potential unit as well. He hasn't got tier 4, of course, because he's had to rush for the IS-2 call-in. Will he bring something out of tier 3, or will he wait a little bit longer to try and tech?
Calm before the storm, just a few minor engagements here while both heavies are repaired up. Looks like the Panther is ready. Half track spotted through the radio intercept. So Von Asten knows what's coming. Look at it, he's already moving his support crews a little bit back. IS-2 looking to re-engage here on the right side. What is on the right side? Looks like a Volks Grenadier. Just what is that? Looks like a Penal just got a couple losses taken there. Just gotta be
terrifying.
careful. Yeah, I saw.
It's like you just hear this noise come right on the edge of Fog of War, and then suddenly it's like revealed. Terrifying. Oh, and there's that big hit we were talking about. Nearly wipes that third model. Of course, the Puma isn't going to be much help here, other than with the aim shot.
What is the Panther doing? Jove has parked his Panther in the base. He's got to move that over. This Luke's and Puma are not going to have a good time versus IS-2. There we go. Walking Stuka Barrage coming in. Looks like it's going for this gun. Okay, totally dodged there by Von Asten, but he trades an aim shot on the turret. So IS-2's turret is locked right now. Panther's moving in to cut off its retreat. Zisgun waiting in ambush. Oof. There we go. First Volks Grenadier down for Jove.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate loss. There's a lot going on the field, so actually it's the perfect time to get off the occasional satchel or incendiary grenade. And good win. We're starting to see these VPs come together now. Jove has picked up 2 VPs and started the drain again. I can see this being a long game, to be honest. I can see Von Asten, he's stacking up his fuel, and I imagine he's going to want to go for tier 4.
Ooh. He does not put hold fire on his IS-2 and goes for the MG34. It's a marked target planted on him, but pings off that shot, so fortunately he doesn't take a huge chunk of damage while his combat engineers aren't ready. Jove going for a 3rd MG to try to counter all these penals. If he loses one of those, it's going to be a huge swing in momentum. Having a 6-man MG to deal with. Much better MG at that than a Maxim. There we go. 2nd Zisgun reveals itself. Connects a shot there. Stuka is almost available for barrage, around 12 more seconds. Von Asten's got to be careful not to group everything up here. And these Zisguns are going to be key to countering Jove's strategy here with these light vehicle Panther combo. There we go. There comes the first barrage. Let's see how quickly Von Asten reacts. He is backpedaling. Is Jove accounted for that? Oh, look at that. Look at that little circus move from Von Asten. Does a little twirl with that Zisgun and barely connects there. So good on him. Can pull back a bit and maybe heal on repair. Yeah. And there we have it, the daddy skill strafe IL-2. A little bit nerfed from when it was Omega broken, but still something to fear. Gonna be great at pushing off any kind of assault. It's amazing. Can be used defensively, offensively, just whenever the time is right. It's can force off a lot of infantry.
I think any of those suppression runs in this game work best offensively because it's just so chaotic. And I think chaos is probably the one thing that wins engagements here. As long as the chaos is mostly sent from you, you should be fine.
You should be fine. You never know. You can get caught in that chaos you created yourself. That's the beauty of this game.
As long as it's not like 2018 Overwatch Doctrine Overwatch ability, in which case just get the hell out of there. But not now. Here it comes.
For a single MG.
Well, it destroyed that tree. I don't know about you.
Luke's caught itself with the IS-2 there. Panther trying to rotate. Both Zisgun spotted. Is setting up. Oh, this could be huge. This house is really good block for this Panther. Zisguns are not able to shoot just yet. There we go. Mark again coming in from Panther, scaring away the IS-2, but one little plunk ping there makes the IS-2 come out on top. But yeah, that was kind of a waste of the plane there. Really didn't do that much.
Well, Von Asten here, this is I think what we were expecting to happen at some point as the armies do reach kind of their tech limits. With IS-2 on the field and some sensible play, Von Asten finds himself with a position of double fuel. He's going to be able to do that teching that he wanted. In fact, tier 4 is going up in the base now. That's going to allow him to bring out the T-3485s or a Katusha if he wants to. So perhaps a little bit of a comeback.
I think the 85 would probably be the best pick here. That or a Katusha. Really depends on what kind of play he's thinking up in his head. If he's just going to go for a very aggressive attack move with his 2 Zisguns and 2 tanks. Or if he's just trying to play the long game and clear out these 3 MGs. There we go, another Stuka Barrage coming in. Circus move prevents. Oh, I was so close, but I thought he was going to get off scot-free there. Maxim takes a huge hit, but fortunately does not get wiped. Going to be a retreat back to base for that squad.
Every time you think that, every time you think something's going to change, Jove finds a way to just stop it, negate it. He's played so well so far. Yep, double AT guns.
Oh, the IS-2 just outside of range for that last shot as the Lukes hits Vet 5.
He probably could have ground attacked, I think, through that building.
Yeah.
Definitely possible. Not long before that T-3485 comes out. That's going to be, I think, the difficult part. I haven't seen many mines down from Jove on kind of the left and right.
Yeah, he's been using that coordinated fire on his Panther pretty liberally, so it's been sinking into his munitions. There it goes again. Where are the Zisguns? A little bit far back, maybe trying to bait Jove into them. Once this IS-2 hits Vet 2, it's going to become absolutely insane. It's going to be much more accurate. I think the range gets bumped up a bit, and that just makes it even easier to get to Vet 3, where its rate of fire is ridiculous for how powerful of a heavy that is. There we go, 85 reveals itself to this lone Volks Grenadier squad who's trying to backpedal to what I don't know. He's definitely going to have to get out of there because the 85 is great at retreating, chasing down retreating squads. Oh, look at this hit after hit. One final blow potentially for that Volk. And he gets it. What a snipe. Panther rotates over. Definitely going to be a great counter to 85s, but never know what could be lurking in these forests. IS-2 could just pop out at any moment. Zisgun's behind it and volley down the Panther, but it looks like Asten's staying right in place. Yeah, these MGs are being really annoying.
Jove's done a sensible thing here. He's just brought out the SWS for his tier 4 on the Panzerschwerer headquarters, and probably realised that the Puma Lukes and Stuka are not going to be able to deal with this, although he's going to have to lose something in order to be able to afford anything from that tier 4. Unless he just decides to use it for anti-air.
Look at the 85 going around the flank, looking for some light vehicle food, while the IS-2 deals with the Panther and Puma. Zis guns are moving up. They took a little while to react there, but the walking Stuka was totally dodged. Total miss, actually, from Job. 85 was looking for the Stuka, it looked like. The Panthers rotated back to cover his flank. IS-2 pulls back at half health for some repairs. 85 is being chased down, connects with the Panther there. Zis gun is just in the arc, connects one shot, and he's behind the arc of the house, so loses sight of it. Could have been a huge loss there for Von Asten if he was able to chase that down. Let's pull back into base. No self-repair usage. Used all his munitions on the strafe. He's going to utilize his vetted combat engineers to get those things back up into shape. And in all of that, Jove lost 2 Volks.
Yeah, one on the left fuel, left side. I think it was a satchel charge again. Looking at the bodies there, I don't know if both squads died or whether the penal battalion back in the base is a surviving member. But yeah, actually that was a pretty sore engagement for Jove. He was struggling with that. You saw him like fire the Stuka as well to try and get what he could. Like Von Asten handled it perfectly. And I think this is why we're saying like Von Asten is just on form at the moment. He's been on the back foot for a while, but he's just playing to every single strength that the game, you know, when it gives him an opportunity, he's on top of it. You know, really, really good player for this.
There's the dreaded Vet 2 on the IS-2. Going to be much more accurate. And yeah, Von Asten has definitely been on form. But to Jove's credit, he did actually pick up a penal squad in that engagement too, so he didn't come out that far behind. He did pick something up. Jove building his first squad of Obersoldaten with that Panzerschwerer headquarters up, so going to be very good at dealing with penal squads with an LMG. Look at that long-range shot. This is the Vet 2 we're talking about with the IS-2, able to connect long-range shots accurately. Went for some kind of attack ground there. Walking Stuka with around its 4th or 5th barrage here. I don't know what it's looking for. Drops it on the Maxim. Does get a little bit of a piece, but not too much damage there. Up to 9 kills within 5 barrages is pretty low. It's really going to need to utilize its veterancy to get those charges back up for the barrage recharge rate, that is. Look at this Luke's Vet 5 taking too many PTR shots. Got to pull back. Second 85 coming for Von Asten. Gonna look to swarm.
It's quite funny how this game's turned out. In fact, the left and right VPs are what's absolutely crucial here. No player can really make ground in the middle. Von Asten has the VP, and I think it's pretty secure for now, to be honest. But these engagements on the flanks, every time the Panzer II Lukes has been on the left, it has been pushed away by the T-34-85 now. And with the arrival of the second, I think Von Asten may be able to control all 3 VPs. Actually, this build order for Jove may have worked 10 minutes ago, but I already think he needs to get rid of something. Maybe get out a second Panther.
Yeah, he's going to be really cut for manpower. He's just walking into the IS-2 on the right side during all that and took a lot of bleed. He's got enough fuel for a Panther, but look at these Soviet tanks looking for blood, just going straight to base, almost. Just outside of base with his 85s and his IS-2. Puma kind of scared here, doesn't know what to do. Engaging at max range. Panther on the flank does connect with the rear armor. This gun's moving up to counter. One is setting up here. It's going to be... There we go. Puma going for aim shot. Connects with the 85. Stuka here needs to be careful. If Von Asten is paying attention, you could shoot it. Oh, he's going for it. He went for the attack round. Misses. Pulls back. Does not want to eat a Faust here unnecessarily in front of the base.
No, it's a nice defense. Von Asten's sensible here. He doesn't want to get caught in enemy territory too far with Fausts. And that's a sensible decision to pull back. I like this choice, by the way. I doubted it a little bit at first with Jove building the Obersoldaten. But of course, with a good flank, maybe with radio interception, he may be able to go and deal huge damage to those AT guns at range, really without being easily detected. So hopefully we get to see that from Jove. A good use of the stealth abilities from OKW here can still do absolute chaos to Von Asten's forces.
Yeah, those Obersalna are definitely known for clearing out team weapons, so there we go. Another Stuka barrage. Hopefully it can provide a lot of damage here. No flares to utilize on top of it, but as you said, radio silence is in effect. Pretty good barrage there. Almost lets the Stuka hit Vet 1. Gonna have to pull back that Maxim and Assist gun for some much needed reinforcement. And the Soviet tanks are back up to full health.
Well, we thought it was going to be a long game, and I think we were really disappointed.
Yeah, both players are pretty evenly matched in skill department. So that lets us witness such beautiful games in COH2.
Von Asten is cheekily getting that center VP, and it's the VPs that really count right now. I think players have realized they're at a stalemate. It really comes down to the map control. It comes down to the flanking and having the right unit in the right place at the right time. I think Von Asten actually has enough control. He could just lump his units on the mid and left, and I think he'd be absolutely fine. But it's great to see him going to the right-hand side and still trying to make plays there too.
Puma connecting max range on the rear armor of the IS-2 somehow from the front. Getting some kind of attack ground. Command Panther goes in for the coordinated fire on this 85. Gonna chase it off. Doing lots of damage at half health now. Let's see, IS-2 and both Zis guns are rotating. Jove looking to pick something up here. He needs to be careful. No sweepers. Could hit a mine that he doesn't know. There's one really close to him. Needs to be careful of how he retreats. IS-2 going for the cutoff maneuver. Jove notices it pops blitz. Gonna try to clear the danger zone. Luckily for him, this penal is not upgraded with PTRS, or he would have eaten his satchel. He's backed himself up to be really careful.
Jove just taking an opportunity to capture VP on the left. The center VP was unguarded there by AT. Of course, there is still a machine gun pinning down units trying to capture. Not much that Jove's been able to do about that. Actually, the Stuka hasn't really been effective in this game at all, but...
Another Stuka barrage, will this be it? No. But it does hit that one, allowing for it to fire off the barrages much quicker. And it's only gonna exponentially increase its veterancy gain. There you go, 85. Looking to counter Haas's VP there. And through all this, as you said, Jove has taken control back of the VP bleed. Just over 100 VPs for him left, so he's got to be mindful of that. IS-2 connecting a huge shot at max range. Getting closer and closer to Vet 3.
Just see a little bit of a problem here. Jove actually built a second squad of Obersoldaten. That puts him at a very, very high pop cap where he can't actually fully reinforce all of his units anymore. So actually everything going back into the base, he's going to have to be very careful with what he decides to reinforce or not reinforce.
Another
Stormless coming again.
Look at Jove sticking around so long with his MG. There we go, finally pulling back. IS-2 gonna shoot at these Obers and red cover. Huge damage there. There we go, pops AA mode on his tier 4.
Oh, Puma long shot. In fact, I think the Puma didn't want to go for it. Loving these tank battles at the moment. Actually, things have really started to heat up. Puma on the left-hand side, not overextending, dealing huge damage to that T-34 85. I think the Command Panther is also having a great game.
It's only a matter of time if someone slips up and gets swarmed. Either way, it could be 85 caught by the Panther Puma combo. It could be the Panther caught by IS-2 85. Combination of Ziscon. There we go. First MG34. 1 of 3 goes down for Jove. Looks like it's going to be an easy pickup for these penals. And that'll help Jove a little pop cap department. Losing his squad. 85 going to eat a coordinated fire plus Faust combo. Oh no, the Faust got canceled? Oh, he's trying to wrap around the Ziscons. He needs to pull back. He doesn't have enough munitions for Blitz, so he needs to clear this quickly. Where's the IS-2 in all this? Oh, okay, he's on the total left side. Nothing to follow up with there. It's going to make a safe retreat there for the Panther.
Have you seen this on the right? Double Obersoldaten with the LMG-34. And they're just trying to flank all they can and get the wipes from the retreat.
There's the barrage coming in on the Ziscons. Oh, how did it not wipe that one? Yeah, look at these double overs. Catching this Maxim. Von Assen needs to retreat. It's going to be too late. Oh, no. That's 2 MGs cleared from Von Assen. This is exactly what you want to do as OKW with Obersoldaten, is just obliterate team weapons. Look at that. Easy territory capture for him, clearing those MGs out. Brings Von Assen's pop cap quite a bit down. He's going to have to pull back, repair, and reinforce, and his Ziscons. Gives Jove a lot of time to push back on the map and capture territory.
So say Vet 5 Puma is on the field now.
Is absolutely bonkers at Vet 5. Running away at max speed, firing shots off accurately, just almost unkillable if you're paying attention, even in the slightest. So Jove can utilize this effectively. It's going to be a huge thorn in the side for those T-34-85s and the IS-2.
Bear in mind as well, it's going to be getting buffs from that. It's going to be getting buffs from that Command Panther.
That's right. I forgot exactly what buff it is. Is it like accuracy?
I think that the aura is accuracy, and we can read it in a minute.
There we go. Looks like Von Assen's tactical control grouped all his tanks into one control group, so there we go, dividing them up now. Ziscon's attack moving towards the Panther. Obers get caught off by 285s. One of them needs to retreat there. There we go. Look at this Vet 5 Puma. Max range, just shell. Look how quickly it's shooting. Look how accurate it is at this range. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. Oh, it's gonna knock out this 85. It's traffic jamming.
Oh, it's
Look
so
at
quick.
Vet 5 Puma. It is retarded. Look at this. It's still trading shots of it, like SU-85 range. Main gun goes down on the Panther. I think it might have taken one too many Ziscon shots.
Gosh, you know things are desperate when you're frontline capping with Obersoldaten. What was that? Was that another satchel charge?
A regular satchel. And look at, oh, T-34, 85 is moving towards the Puma. The Hero Puma looks like it's gonna go down. What a waste. Oh, he misses the first shot there. Aim shot going in. Will he be able to get it off in time? He does. Oh, but he still gets it. It was still within the turret's arc to kill the Puma. No. The Puma. That thing was going to be Joe's ticket to winning this game.
The best he can do now is maybe try and hold out for a Panther or something like that. But yeah, the Vet 5 Puma, that's a huge, huge loss. And actually the Panther 4 is...
IS-2. Vet 3 chasing down the Volk squad. Jove is building a Panzer 4. What are you doing?
I think it's the only thing he can fit in his pop cap at the moment, because he's had real issues ever since building the second Obersoldaten.
No, you can get the Panther. It's 18 pop cap. It'll put him right.
He can now, but he was at 85 before when he made the decision. So it's like, yeah, I think it was built back then. He's actually cancelled it now, so maybe he will.
Yeah, because that Panzer 4 is going to do nothing to the IS-2, and in struggle versus 85. Luke's Vet 5 gets caught out, also gets taken down. Huge losses coming in from Jove. IL-2 strafe also goes down. Command Panther looking to try to make some kind of impact in all this mess. IS-2 Vet 3, just look at it move around, just tearing up. Doesn't even care, just is the king of the battlefield right now.
I mean, when you can regularly deflect shots from your opponent's anti-tank designated unit, it's a tough game from then on.
Okay, guys in the chat, you cannot get a King Tiger and a Command Panther. Please. It's more than a year ago now. So, Panther coming here. Oh, look at this. Panther hits Vet 4. Is going to clean up this. Actually, it's a 234.76. Does get taken out. Something coming out in terms of a pickup for Jove. But Stern Pioneer cannot lose this. 85 going for the Stuka. Stuka's backed itself in a corner. Has nowhere to go. It's going to have to hope he doesn't see it, but it's been spotted. It's been spotted, Stormless. It's going to get taken out as the second Panther comes out into the field.
That is a beautiful play. Where is that Command Panther at the moment? It's taking health loss on the right-hand side, and the T-3045 is coming in to try and finish it. Big engagements with only 41 VPs remaining in the IS-2. I don't think it's going to have any problem at all dealing with this. It is low health. IS-2, they focus both Panthers down at the same time, and Jove simply has to throw in the towel right now.
What a huge push by Von Asten. Just annihilated both Panthers. Did you see how many times that 85 penetrated the frontal armor of both those Panthers? What a game. Well played by Von Asten.
Yeah, actually huge plays by Von Asten, because really, like, for the, I think from 10 minutes to maybe 30 minutes, Von Asten was completely on the back foot. He was swamped by a mechanized regiment, and then just managed to figure out the build he needed to use, played carefully, and what a win from there. GG, Momo. GG.
Gee.